On Thursday, Vietnamese real estate tycoon Trong My Lan was sentenced to death by a court in Ho Chi Minh City for the leading role she played in the country's largest financial fraud case ever.
What the fuck is going on?
On Thursday, Vietnamese real estate tycoon Trong My Lan was...
If you've come here for a serious news show, then you're in the wrong place because it's Friday night. It's All In with John, Ben and Nat.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get on safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get on safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, hearts full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop up. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get on safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get on safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me?
Hey.
Oh dear.
What?
It started playing again, John.
No. I don't know what happened, right?
Right.
But YouTube was in front of us.
Yeah. Okay. That's weird.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how, but
Nothing's doing me.
YouTube was in front of us.
Oh, the gremlins are afoot. They are playing with the system, John.
Or
Yeah.
it's John's fault.
So yeah, that's while I like Johnny Venmore, he's not a fucking natural presenter, is he? stop fucking rocking in that rickety old chair.
All right, I'm sorry. Don't make me laugh, John, and I'll just stay still.
Oh, hold on a minute. The whole fucking crux of the matter is to make you laugh. This is all in.
I'm not gonna lie to you, John. Right? This is the second time you've already had a go at Natalie on a show for something that she can't control.
Well, she can control her chair.
Can she?
She can't control her bodily functions, and there's something far wrong.
Oh dear, I'm trying, guys. I'm sitting on a wooden chair and it's creaking. So if you keep hearing it, that's what John's talking about.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, right? Not only is he a fucking commie, he's also a misogynist.
Whoa,
Yeah.
wait a minute. I sound funny. What the fuck?
When you shout really loud, you do seem to be clipping.
Yeah, but that'll be the fucking compressor.
Yeah.
Do you want me to turn down my feed a bit? Because
it's more your gain.
I've just turned it down a bit.
There we go. You see, you're clearer, you're bassier, you're...
No,
Yeah.
wrong, Shalini. And stop fucking telling me what to do. You give up your position of secretary. So fuck off.
John's in a good mood tonight, everyone.
Told you. Look, that's another woman he's had to go at. Misogynist.
Misogynist tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
New Andrew Tate.
Left wing. Left wing. Come on now.
Hey, I'm not the one at fault. You know, if anything, it's got to be the test.
Well, yeah, I suppose so. I suppose it's the test. And you know what? Anything that John says does not represent the views of Chasing Dissent. It represents the views of John.
Yes, very important point, Ben.
See, if you want to come to a politically correct show, then you're in the wrong fucking place.
Did I say anything about political correctness? I just said your views are your own.
Yeah,
I'm not.
They are.
That's all. I do not hold responsibility for the misogynistic diatribe coming out of your mouth this evening.
I'm not misogynist.
He's just being himself.
Just because you have a go at women doesn't mean you're a misogynist. I would
Well-
have a go at you if you were being a dick.
Well, then you should be having a go at me 24/7 then.
Well,
He does usually.
Yeah, that's
Kinda
because.
not anyway.
Yeah, the mic is still dodgy. You're right. You're right, Ray. It is still a little bit dodgy.
Yeah,
Wait,
it
what's
is.
the problem?
I don't know. Let's
Not fucking do something. Let's not do a show with a dodgy mic. What is
Oh
the
God, then
problem?
this is how we lose viewers. You know,
But
because
if you're gonna lose viewers if you fucking give them nothing but shite audio all night.
you
So-
sound fine.
you-
There's just a little bit of clipping every now and again.
I can turn the gain. I mean, how loud am I? Am I too loud?
Now you're too low, apparently.
Now you're too low.
For fuck's sake!
I mean, this is it's all trial and error, folks. It's all trial and error.
This is, as you can see, this is a live show of a Scotsman, with an angry Scotsman.
I don't understand. It does look quite high. It does look
Look,
like the level.
you see the hate monster there, painted onto the bow of the ship behind Natalie on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. John is currently embodying that hate monster.
He is. Yeah, he is. That is it. And it's directly below him, isn't it? Like the little red hate monster.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try the other mic.
he's going to go on the other mic.
I'm gonna try it. Is it any better?
That's better.
That way better.
Way better. Sorted.
I
Yeah.
don't know what the hell.
We're going to have cheerful John now.
Woo!
What the fuck was that?
I don't know if that was supposed to be cheerful or misogynic.
Yeah. Thank
Right.
you, Joey.
Right.
Yeah.
So before we get into any news stories tonight, I've been watching a new show. I've only watched the first 2 episodes of it so far, but it's Fallout, based on the video games. It's on Amazon Prime, and I've watched the second episode earlier on, and I found myself extremely annoyed, and also extremely happy at the same time. There's a cameo. There's a cameo. And it's only about 30 seconds of screen time. And then, so the big metal soldier guy pulls his mask off, right? Because he's just been attacked by a mutant bear. And it's Michael fucking Rappaport.
Oh God, no!
Wait.
That would spoil it.
But He's killed off within 30 seconds.
Well, that would be bonus.
I know the name. I can't put Michael Rapp. What's his name? Michael Rapp.
Michael Rappaport.
Oh no, he's awful, isn't he? He's the really I've just looked him up. The COVID guy that was shouting about COVID the whole time.
Yeah, he shouts about anything and everything, and he just expletive laden rants all of the time.
Yeah.
And I have publicly challenged him to many an influencer boxing match. And I said to him, I'd do it from my wheelchair, Michael, because you act a tough guy. You act a tough guy. And I said to him, you'll probably win, but then you'll actually get to say you won a fight, Michael. You beat up a disabled guy. And if you lose, you were beat up by a disabled guy.
I did see someone try and challenge him in one of his videos. Or throw some at him on. He puts them all over social media, doesn't he?
Just an arsehole. He's he's even more of an arsehole than John.
That's a bit of a challenge. Are you sure?
Yeah, and I mean, John prides himself on the morning meetings and being our resident arsehole.
Yeah, he does.
Fuck you.
You say it all the time.
Fuck you. So I'd like to welcome you all to this episode of An Evening with John. Ben looks like he's doing a Hitler speech.
You're an arsehole.
Yes, I am. Do not deny it.
Have you muted Natalie as well?
Yeah, she's got to ask. You've got to do it yourself. You've got to unmute yourself.
You got to click the little mute. You got to unmute.
Right, am I talking again now?
Yeah.
You are,
John muted us, everybody.
So,
the meanie arsehole.
So it looked like you were doing the Hitler speech, Ben.
I was mouthing a very, very rude word.
Oh yeah, I guess you were.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's happening? What's happening with the world? Where are we going tonight?
Well, you're taking us on a journey. We are your fellow travellers. Oh, we're in circles.
Oh, I like that.
Look, Nat's down there. Look, Nat, I'm above you.
We could got another 6 people. We could play celebrity circles.
Oh yeah, good.
Right. Well, there's a couple of things. Obviously, the police service in Scotland is falling apart because I think we had over 8,000 reports of hate crime within 2 or 3 days of the law being passed. And then I believe we're getting 1,000 reports a day. So we're on track. We're on track to beat Scotland's 58,000 reported assaults every year because being Scottish, we do like to fight. So we're on track to beat that just in hate crimes. In fact, we're on track to beat all other reported crime in hate crimes if we continue at this 1,000 a day. Well done.
So
done.
Could you possibly then, at this rate, become the biggest criminal country in the whole world by the end of the year?
If not
We're
already,
the biggest,
yeah.
If not already.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done. I mean, this law is completely untenable, isn't it? It really is.
It's crazy.
And the fact that you only need a trustworthy or reasonable person to make the report with no evidence, and it will be considered for a prosecution, is goddamn ridiculous. Teresa says she reports Humza daily.
Now, just for those that are reporting Humza, you do have to remember that this is not a retrospective law. So you're not supposed to report people that did things before the first. So you can only report 3 of my Humzas. But I think, well, there's a couple of things that have happened. J.K. Rowling pretty much sunk it on day one when she challenged the police to come and get her, basically. And, stated what she stated, which is no deviation from what she's always been stating.
Mm-hmm.
So she pretty much sunk it there and then. And now apparently the police have issued a script to their call centre workers.
They have.
Telling people what to say if people are trying to report Humza.
Yes, so officers are being told to say, this is real, by the way. Officers are being told to say there was no malice or ill will towards any person or group displayed in anything said, so it does not meet the threshold to be recorded as a non-crime hate incident. I completely disagree. There was absolute malice, there was absolute ill will, and it was towards people of a white disposition, as he
agree.
of course it was, but they've been
agree.
given the script, and that they now have to tell people that he wasn't being racist when, as far as I'm concerned, he is racist.
was.
I mean, Hums has already been on record, hasn't he? And he said, anybody calling me racist is actually just far right.
Well, but what's wrong with being far right? I mean, Ben, you're a far righty. You tell us.
I mean, I'm about as far right as you can get, you know, touching the center, not even away from the center.
Just as long as you're not touching cloth, my man.
Well, it depends on.
Oh, I was going to say, I've not been following the news much. I've been not even looking at it, so I don't know too much about what's been happening with this hate bill. But from what you've said, could it be a positive that, you know, Scotland have almost been the first country to trial this, and actually it's going terribly because, as you said. Well, who else has been using this style of hate bill? I know Ireland are obviously trying to bring it in.
Maybe not in this form, but let's face it, country after country, all we have to do is look at recent history. Country after country that start putting curbs on speeches. On speech.
But this is the first legislation. This is the first hate legislation, isn't it, that's been put in place?
Well, no, because we've got it here in England. We've always, I say always, we've had hate crime and hate speech laws here in England for some time.
Yeah.
And then you've also got the Communications Act as well. So malicious communications become a thing as well. There's so many ways and means that they can prosecute you for speech here in England, as well as in Scotland as well. It's just in Scotland they're being more brazen and they're defining it more.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm wondering is, it's going to become, as you said, completely untenable. If they're getting more and more hate reports every day, the police literally aren't going to be able to do anything else. They have to change the legislation, surely, or employ a hell of a lot more people.
Right, the police can't do anything else. That's the problem. I mean, they're having to work overtime. They're having to bring people in. They're closing police offices. Like,
it's ridiculous.
You know, they're shutting police offices early because they don't have the cops to go through all these things, and they've undertaken to investigate them all, and apparently they're getting nowhere near it. Absolutely,
of course they're going to get nowhere near it.
But in a sense, wouldn't this actually increase crime rates elsewhere? If you're putting all the police work into the wrong place, it's actually going to make it more of a problem and serious crime, I would have thought, if there aren't police officers in the right place. This is actually, you know, more of a risk to the public, this hate crime bill, than actual other criminals. We're living in crazy times, aren't we?
I mean, I think realistically, we've been living in extremely crazy times since about 2012. It's when it all really started. Okay, when it started to go mainstream on the internet anyway, and then it's basically people who are offended by things like microaggressions that don't exist, but they have got louder and louder and louder and louder until their disdain for anybody who doesn't believe what they do has now become legislation, and it's been a sort of slippery slope snowball effect, and this hate crime law is the top of an extremely slippery slope. Now, that's not me, and as I said in the video that I put out on the channel, that's not me condoning hate, right? I can't even define hate, and I don't think you can either, because it means something different to every single individual. But I'm not condoning attacking someone based upon arbitrary things like skin color, who they sleep with, who they pray to, or anything like that. I don't condone that shit. However, I also do not condone legislating against holding opinions against people. Absolutely not. That's the antithesis. The antithesis. freedom.
Easy for you to say. Easy for you to...
My opinion on it has always been that we should always have the freedom of speech to have our own opinion. We're not going to agree. Hate speech for me means inciting violence or anger. So you might say, "Oh, I don't like that type of person." That's an opinion. But if you say, "Right, I want to start getting other people to have my opinion, and can we get together and commit violence and hurt a certain type of person," that would then come under hate speech for me. So to have an opinion on something is very different to start violence against a group of people or a person.
I don't think hate speech should exist.
Well, I don't think it does exist.
Yeah, it doesn't, because if you want to incite violence, that's a completely different ballgame. That's not.
Yes.
That's not hate speech.
That's exactly.
That's just inciting violence.
Yes. And I think, though, that they started by trying to use inciting violence as hate speech, and that's how they started it. And now that's turned to just having an opinion. And they are it was a slippery slope, and they are two entirely different things. And you should be able to hold an opinion, but not incite violence. Two different things entirely.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I agree with that. However, it's happened little by little, bit by bit, under our noses. And the people that sit back and just because they hold the opinions that the people sort of enacting this do, think, you don't got to be worried if you don't think like us. Oh, it's not going to happen to me. But you know what's going to happen, boys and girls, is people are going to get so pissed off that the opposite is going to be voted into power. And when the opposite is voted into power, they're going to use those laws against you. Yeah. They're not going to get rid of them. And then, despite the fact that I completely disagree with the way you believe the world should be, I will be here defending your right to free speech. I think you should be able to say that you think that this is hateful, that is hateful, whilst actually being the hateful ones yourselves. I think you should be able to do that, but it doesn't mean I want you prosecuted for it.
As an example, at the moment, Ben, they say it's hateful to say anything against the LGBT community. Now, there's a chance that a new leader could come in and they could be an extreme religious person, and overnight that they could say that was wrong, and then it could turn around. Exactly. I'm not saying it will, but that's the point. Hate is then defined by the people in power rather than
I disagree. I think hate's
What do you
defined
think?
by. I think hate's defined.
Well, they are trying to. At least
they might be trying to, but I think hate is defined by society, and I think the problem is that society is going along with the people in power, and therefore enabling that. But really, it all comes down to the people, and the people need to make. The people need to make a stand, and the people need to stand up and be counted, and that's unfortunately something that, as British people, we're actually not very good at doing.
No, because as the vast majority of people, if they knew actually what was going on, because first and foremost, they're not up on all of this. They're not. They just want to put their heads down, nod along, and get along with their life. Do their 9 to 5, whatever. Come home, have dinner, go to sleep, go on a holiday. They don't want their comfortable lives to be interrupted by the idea of some form of pushback or anything like that. They don't want to. So they just put their head in the sand and they say, right, as long I'm all right, Jack, and this is how this has been allowed to happen.
And Ben, I hear something all the time from friends, this kind of line: I'm not a confrontational person. I don't like to be confrontational. I don't know if you hear that a lot. And I think this comes along with the I'm all right, Jack. It's almost like, I know it's wrong, but I'd rather sit back and let it happen because I'm not a confrontational person. And people say, as I've always had about me, I'm quite intimidating because I am, they think, a confrontational person. When really, I just like to stand up for what's right and wrong. That's as simple as that. I'm happy to call it out. Whereas almost other people are saying, no, I can't do it. I'm too scared. I'm not confrontational. So I'd rather just let the world go to shit,
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
I mean, we're sort of sitting back and thinking, well, maybe it is time to just watch the world burn and have a little giggle whilst it happens. But
Yeah.
Tony says society has been fractured a large part due to social media, which is a point that I have made repeatedly.
I agree, Tony.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's been I would just wanted to point out on today's show, actually, because I wanted to do a bit of an experiment this week. It's been the Easter holidays for me. I've been really busy with the kids. I haven't been on Twitter. I haven't been following the mainstream media, and I tell you what, it's been a real eye-opener. I've got no idea what to be outraged about. I didn't even really know much about this Scottish hate crime bill. If you're not on social media, and you're not watching the news, you aren't involved. That is how they're controlling people. I know it because I've done the experiment myself this week. That is where people are getting their news now. We used to say, turn off the TV. It's not the TV. It's the internet. It's the phone and it's social media. It's where people are getting their information from.
Yes. Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with you, Natalie. But then where is one to get one's information from?
I think too much of it is coming from Facebook and Twitter and those type of opinions for the majority of people. I'm not saying I know where the best place to get it from, but unfortunately that's where most people are getting it from, and it's creating polarized viewpoints, segregation in society, all of these things that kind of divide and conquer, because everyone's always got such an extreme viewpoint now. You can't just sit in the middle anymore and have a rational debate about something.
Whoa.
You've got to be on a side. You've got to have an opinion, and social media does that.
You've been censored.
She's back. She's back.
Yeah, I know, but she stopped mid-rant. They obviously thought, "Whoa, she's over the target. We're gonna limit that." Yeah, because you just froze.
I didn't see that.
Look, there's nothing wrong. Right, I'm gonna address your son directly here, Natalie. There's nothing wrong with being a filthy fence sitter.
Can I just say something? I've been digging a lot into where are we meant to be going as a channel, because the problem is we're not getting the growth that we should be getting. We should be getting more growth, right? So I've been digging into it. And one of the things that keeps coming out is we're not niche enough, and we don't pick a side. That's the problem. That's why we're not successful, because we don't. Even Redacted have jumped the shark.
Yeah.
They have gone all in on the. Haven't they been? They've gone nuts.
On the Baltimore Bridge shit. They're convinced it's some kind of attack or hack.
Yeah.
And John, but this is that's what I've noticed this week, not seeing it. Like it, by taking a break, I've realised that I've just gone on, I've just chatted to normal people, lived my life without social media. I'm not as angry. I've not had to take a side. I've not been pushed one way or the other.
Monday. We had a great time Monday.
Yeah, me and Ben went out to Fort Park. We didn't put on social media while we were there. We just chilled, and that's the point. They want you to take a side, John. That is what people are almost encouraged now.
Yeah, people want us to take a side as well.
They do. They want us to take a side. They're almost like, we only like you, and we're only gonna follow you or subscribe on a social media site if you agree with exactly what I agree with.
Right. Harold says in the chat, take a side. Go on. I'll take a side. My side. There you go.
I tell you what, I'm gonna tell you a story, right?
Oh, okay. Sitting back, relaxing, getting ready.
Scotsman's got a story. Go on.
I was gonna make a video about it, but I'm gonna tell you a story, and this story's set in a fictional country, right? Called Not Real. Okay, so you can maybe think about where this country might be. Now, anything that I'm actually going to say doesn't mean that I agree with it or I endorse it, but this is how I think things are going down now.
In Not Real.
Yeah, and Not Real. And the world, right? And the title of the video was going to be how the USA is stopping a nuclear war or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. Because at the moment, this country of Not Real was incorporated and plonked down in an area that was surrounded by its enemies. And while this country Not Real had its own religion, the people around it had a slightly different but similar religion.
but they were always at loggerheads with each other, and Not Real and the people surrounding it could never find true peace. And then the people in Not Real continued to push their boundaries and extend. And the people who lived out with Not Real continued to fight back as best they could. And this carried on for many decades. And then one day, some people maybe overstepped the mark a little and hit Not Real quite hard. And then Not Real went scripto, right? They went completely nuts and went all in. Now, the people of Not Real they had perceived themselves as being persecuted for many, many, many centuries. So they had this big chip on their shoulder that they will always be persecuted. And what happened was they viewed the people that lived out with Not Real, and they looked at them and said, we're just going to have to get rid of them all because we have to look at every one of them as a combatant. And that actually is how the people of Not Real think of these other people. And that's why they treat them the way they do. And this is not supposition. This is from people who know people that maybe lived in this fictional country of Not Real. So they treat these people like complete, utter, combatants, and therefore everybody is fair game. And that's why everything looks so skewed from our perspective, because we're sitting back and going, that's a terrible thing to happen, and that's a terrible thing to happen. And we're right, it is a terrible thing to happen. But war itself is a terrible thing.
Awful thing.
Awful. And this country called Team America World Police, what they do is they kind of back up Not Real, because Not Real has a lot of influence in their government. But so they back it up and they give it weapons and things like that. But Not Real made a big discovery a few years ago, and they made a thing called a thermonuclear bomb, right? And the problem is, if this country, Team America, stop providing weapons to Not Real and stop backing it up, then Not Real's going to behave like a cornered rat, and it's going to start using tactical nukes on the people around it. And the problem then becomes, what does the world do when that happens? Because make no mistake, if the I've always said, if Joe picks up the phone and goes, stop it, or I'll stop sending you weapons, then they would stop. But maybe they wouldn't, because I think they're in I believe they believe they're in an existential fight for their existence. So what does the world do if that happens? That's the part I'm not quite sure how far everybody's going to go. And that
you haven't written that part of the story yet.
No. Do you want to go first, or do you want to go first, Ben, or do you want me to?
I'll go first, because I don't think there is an answer, because John hasn't written it yet about the fictional country of Not Real, and I don't want to elaborate any further than that, because I don't know, and I don't think he does either.
And my kind of the discussion point on it is, when you listen to it, I always struggle talking about war, particularly whether Not Real or anything that's happening globally now, because I always think of, like, I read 1984 when I was very young, and the kind of Oceania, East Asia, and I can't forgotten the other one. It always feels like that, the textbook within 1984, because the thing is, we never really know what anyone's doing, whether it's real, whether it's threats. Like, we've only got propaganda from other sides. It blows my mind. So as you were telling your story, John, it sounded a bit like 1984. I mean, just who knows at this point is the answer. That's just how it read. So sometimes,
Just remember, history is always written by the victor.
Exactly that. So that's why I said who knows at this point. So much of what we've been told about wars now or in the past, we don't even know how accurate it even is. And how much of it is propaganda even now, and that's why I try not to get involved too much with what's going on globally war wise, because I really don't. I'm not there. If you want to tell, I could sit here and I could tell you about what's going on in Reading, and I'd be very confident to tell you about the environment here, but I can't tell you what's going on across the world, because the people that are giving me generally are only mainstream media, or even people who you see online. Are they really from there? How accurate are those descriptions? We don't know.
Look, but if you were to believe, fake name cartoon picture profile on X, they know everything, and
yes, they do. Yeah,
Satan and the lizard people are definitely behind it all.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll use gematria. And we'll find out what it all means in the numbers.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, we'll find out what it all means.
But tell you who will find out in the numbers. These people, because apparently 1 in 3 Scots have now voted to turn their back. Well, or who did vote in the last election have turned their backs on the party, and I can well understand why. Because the SNP are a failed institution; they really are, and they've failed at almost everything they've done. And anyone who's got half a brain knows that they've failed at almost everything they've done. And Hamza Yusuf is going down a path where he seems to believe that he has a chance of winning, and I think Labour is going to clean sweep the country.
I think so.
And if you agree with the statement that John's made, then please leave a like on the show and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
Staying in Scotland. These people that went for a little jaunt up the NC 500, that's the North Coast 500, came to
John, yeah, there it is. I was going to say.
I was building it in, and then I was going to show it, if I may, or do you wish to take control?
Holy fuck.
So, apparently their motorhome got blown off a cliff. It does get windy in Scotland. It does get windy.
I mean, that's the...
if that's a genuine photo and it's not AI,
oh no,
that looks. You're right. Oh, is it though? No, I don't know.
No, that looks genuine.
Do we think it's a write-off, or do we think?
I'm not sure.
I think that's definitely a write-off.
Are you sure, John?
Yeah, I think that's beyond redemption.
Well, you are in Scotland. You guys can watch anything.
Yeah, I think that one might just have gone a little bit too far.
Exactly, Ray. T-cut. That's right.
T-cut that out.
I'll buff it in the morning.
Bit of T-cut. It's all good.
So now you don't need to be able to swim if you want to join. First of all, I thought it might have something to do with men's health, but no. So you no longer need to be able to swim if you want to join the Royal Navy. Huh?
You are joking. That can't be serious.
In the Navy,
I'm just checking that wasn't
today.
I was checking that wasn't like April Fools. That's actually genuine. You don't have to.
You don't have to be a swimmer now.
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
I mean, I suppose, let's face it, we are a health and safety gone mad country. So let's face it, there's going to be enough life vests on each one of those vessels for 2 per person. So maybe they're thinking about it that way. Just shove a life vest on them, they'll be fine.
Well,
no, but surely you should be able to swim underwater or something. That should be part of the Navy training or something.
I would have hoped so.
Well, it's like I posted today. I had to undergo. I think I had to be able to swim 2 lengths of the swimming pool while clothed, right?
Yes.
And then be able to tread water for at least 2 minutes. Then make myself a buoyancy aid out of my trousers to get my swim pass that would allow me to then go into and out of HMS Tamar in Hong Kong without my parents having to be with me.
Was there any kind of thing for the police force, John, to be able to swim?
Oh, we had a swimming pool at Tullyallen, and yeah, everybody got trained to swim. Yeah.
Yeah, so was it part of, in order to sign you off, you had to be able to swim to be part of the police?
You didn't have to be able to swim, but while you were doing your basic training, you got taught how to swim. If you couldn't swim, you could swim by the time you'd finished.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But not for the Navy. It doesn't seem a
No.
requirement anymore. Nah, don't worry about it. Don't even be, maybe not soon it'll be you don't have to walk to be in the army, you know.
well,
Who knows?
look at firemen and things like that, because they're starting to refuse to do stuff that would involve them putting their life at risk. But hold on, is that not the whole purpose of being a fireman?
I mean, that's the job.
Run into
I'm
burning
getting
buildings, pull
confused.
people out. Yeah, I'm getting confused as well.
I'll tell you what's happening here. It's the generation coming through who have never been told no. The
Yeah.
generation that have
Yes.
never been told no are coming through, who had helicopter parents who gave them everything they wanted because they felt guilty about having to work 2 careers in order to, you know, keep the household running.
Yeah.
And that's entirely the fault of our governments. And it's entirely the fault of our governments. However, these people do need a short, sharp dose of reality, and they do need to learn the word no. That's why we get these sort of Antifa lot that like to go and smash up cities and stuff like that, because they've never been told no. That's why we've got Indigo Rumbelow and Just Stop Oil morons that go and, you know, block roads and spray buildings and stuff like that, because they've never been told no and they think they can just get away with it. And let's face it, for the most part, they can. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, but I'm one of these people. I was always fairly fit growing up, but I've never been a good swimmer. Always struggled, and I always know because of that there are certain things I wouldn't be able to do and I wouldn't expect to do. But they're almost saying now that I maybe with my age of 41-year-old that can't swim, I'd be great for the Navy, wouldn't I?
You
I'm perfect candidate.
join the RAF. You can fly fast jets. You know.
Yeah.
Need glasses? Who cares? Who cares?
I've only
Listen,
got an
glasses.
automatic license, but I could just join the
Yeah.
police force and drive it manually. Don't worry about it.
Of course you could.
Yeah.
You can do anything you want in this day and age. So that's was quite a good one. Speaking of the Navy, and we're now on the US Navy, because they aren't really the brightest tools in the box either, because they staged this lovely shot of this US sailor firing a carbine, probably at nothing. But
Yeah, of course.
the snag is the telescopic sight, the scope, is on the wrong way round. The eyepiece is at the front.
Oh. I wouldn't know that because I don't know anything about guns, but how stupid is that?
Yeah, how stupid is that? So well done, US Navy. Great job, mate. Great job. So he's looking at something thinking, wow, that's really far away.
I can just about see that, boys. I'm just gonna shoot at that buoy there that's about 14 miles
Hold on.
away.
There's a hand on his shoulder.
55
Look.
feet away.
Is the hand on his shoulder trying to tell him? Look,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
look, mate, you got it wrong.
Yeah.
Sort it
Come on,
out.
Jack, you got it wrong.
Oh dear.
Oh, so anyway, right, moving on. Oh, so this is the Russians.
Oh, the Russians are going to space.
Sputnik have just put up a new rocket. It's lovely, isn't it? So apparently that's an Orion capsule or something that's on the top of it, which is American.
Okay.
So hold on a minute. Oh, aren't we in some kind of confrontation with Russia and have sanctions against them and everything? Yet they've managed to build and launch a new rocket with an American capsule that's apparently going to be capable of taking that to the moon.
Look, John.
Which is, yeah, okay, I'm asking too many questions. Sorry.
No, listen, technically speaking, we are not in some kind of confrontation with Russia.
Okay.
No. No war.
I mean, behind the scenes, absolutely, of course, we're in some kind of confrontation with Russia. But technically speaking, we're not at war with Russia. No,
Yeah.
we're not. Definitely not.
Who are these people?
Well, this is a father who's proud of his new child, and I think there's something wrong with this picture. I think I would be sending somebody back with a milkman.
Well, no, I certainly think questions must be asked.
He doesn't seem to be questioning though. He seems to look quite proud.
Quite happy, quite proud.
If you actually look at him, I think he's got something in the back of his mind there, and he's thinking, "This isn't quite right." And she's going, I think I've fooled him. She's got that Duppel's delight
Yeah.
written, hasn't
Yeah,
she?
a little bit.
Yeah.
So what's the story behind this one? Does he find out that the baby isn't his?
I'm just making it up as we go.
Oh, wait. Oh,
Yeah.
I
where's
mean,
this photo from?
let's face it. I mean, spoiler alert: the baby's almost definitely not his.
Yeah.
Is this an AI photo, or did we get it from?
No, it came out of newspaper.
It came out of a newspaper.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no! Yeah, but then again, if it came out the newspaper, it might well be AI.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Who knows?
That's true. That's true.
Have to question everything.
It could be. It could be. Yeah.
Well, and I mean that's the moral of that story, isn't it? Question
Yes.
everything because something doesn't seem quite right here, dear.
Yeah.
She didn't look ashamed or stroke embarrassed, did she?
No.
She looked quite. Yeah.
What paper was it from, John? And what was the tagline?
You're
Do we know?
asking me questions that I really have no interest in now. I'm sorry.
Oh dear, sorry. Trying to get more information, question everything, John. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
be prepared for the questions.
You know what? That's just part of the funnies, isn't it? Who cares?
Look,
So make up a story in the in the chat. What do you reckon? What's the story behind it, guys?
Yeah, come on, guys. Let's give us your best. Give us your best.
Give us your
shot.
best. Yeah,
It's a guy's
best headline.
It's a guy's half brother, I think. That's my view. He's half brother, he's step brother from another.
Well, okay. Okay, maybe not. Okay, maybe I'm not gonna say what I. Yeah, no, I'm just not.
Yeah, it's from that one night she spent at Wendy's. Round the back and the bins.
Oh dear.
Anyway, right. Anything serious you want to talk about? Because I think we're in the.
I think we need to keep the vibe high, John.
Yeah. Okay. I just wondered.
I think we all need that this week, to be honest.
Now this is apparently why men die younger than men. Why men die younger than women. Now, at first glance, it looks pretty bad, but then follow the ladders down and across, and then look at what actually the hell is going on there.
I wouldn't get on that third ladder. That looks dodgy.
I'm not going to lie to you. It looks like genius.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they obviously have a grasp of levers and fulcrums and moments.
And physics.
Well, it's more applied mechanics than physics, I would say. But yeah, I think they've got a good grasp of it, and it's certainly interesting. But I don't like the angle of the fourth ladder.
No.
Because if that starts to go, I don't know why that guy's holding it, because there's nothing.
It's not going to make any difference. Do we have the bit that, like, the photo after this? What happened? Is this the before, or have we got an after?
Don't be silly.
Look, what we've got to do is we've got to imagine the scenario. Use your imagination, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and click the like button. Anyway, what else you got for us, John?
Yeah, I've got. Yes, due to unforeseen circumcisions, the dining room will be closed this evening.
That's my favourite one this evening.
Sorry for the inconvenience. Open for takeout and delivery only.
Look, sometimes unforeseen circumcisions occur, okay? Especially in what appears to be a Pizza Hut dining room. Have you seen pizza cutters these days?
Oh!
Yeah. You drop
especially the ones at Pizza Hut, right? The ones at Pizza Hut are sort of they got two handles on and a curved blade in the middle.
Yeah,
and they cut the pizzas like that. I'm telling you, you drop that thing, unforeseen circumcisions can and will occur.
There was a famous story about somebody who was drunk who jumped down a lamppost and burnt off. By going down the lamppost, burnt off his foreskin.
Oh my God!
That's an unforeseen circumcision.
Yeah, it's true.
Also,
apparently that happens 1 or 2 times a year.
Oh
Also, we better
Sorry
hope
about that.
we had
You're quite
better
sick.
hope. We had better hope that Pizza Hut did not have an employee named Ashley Babbitt, because then if they did, then there may well have been unforeseen circumcisions.
Yeah. That was a tenuous joke at best, Ben. You must try harder. Anyway, yes,
Yeah,
Gary.
anything you come out with.
Oh, of course it was.
Tony Garrett said, "Did you hear about the circumciser that slipped? He got the sack." There you go. So there's another joke for you.
Yeah, I think this safety warning's a bit OTT. Opening this box will result in death. Will result in death by electrocution and a 50 quid fine. I
don't think you're going to care about the fine once you get the death and electrocution.
I think the fine's superfluous to that, really.
They're taking it from your estate, John. They're having that money. They're having it.
I think that might be it. I think that's the end of the slides. That's
Jesus.
the only thing. No, I'm John. Right,
we've zoomed through this show.
Yeah, we have.
How are we supposed to fill 10 more minutes?
You can fill as many minutes as you'd like. What do you want to talk about? Right, throw it out to the. Well, I tell you what else it would ban. It would be FGM. FGM should be banned, definitely.
Yes, of course it should.
But
I think we're all in agreement on that. And I think MGM should be banned as well, not the movie studio, because let's face it, male circumcision without consent is.
Well, I've always had that opinion. I was just going to say, everybody always talks about FGM, but I can't really see the difference between, mutilating a boy as a small child. He's not consented to that, but it seemed as normal in many religions. So,
the thing is, society sees men as disposable, and this is just my opinion. Society exalts women far more than they do men. They see men as disposable, and if you just look at the way we talk about women's shelters and abused women a lot, but the biggest cause of death in men under 40 is suicide.
Yep.
We don't talk about that. And in fact, we have so-called influencers that laugh about that on national TV. And then those, when that's pointed out, someone gets fired from GB News. But still, we see men as far more disposable.
We have members of parliament who'd openly mock it. We
do. Of course we do. Of course we do. When you don't hear about, for example, battered men's shelters. Because I believe we have one in the United Kingdom. It could be two, but I believe it's one in the entirety of the United Kingdom. We don't treat men like we do women. Women get less jail time for crimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't believe that men can be abused by women. I think that kind of domestic violence, particularly like emotional and psychological violence.
I can assure you that we can.
No, I'm saying that it gets underplayed in society. It happens much more than people speak about. And it's almost like, oh, man up. You can't, your woman can't do that to you. Do you know what I mean? Like it's the whole role of a man. It's seen. It's not correct.
It's this reason that we don't treat these things as equal, and we don't treat these things as equal. But I believe they are equal. I believe they're equally wrong, and that's just my personal opinion. Now, if your religion says otherwise, great. Your religion says otherwise. I don't follow or believe in your religion. Okay? I just see young men that are mutilated without their consent, and young women that get mutilated without their consent, and both is just as bad as one another.
Yeah, I completely agree. I want or believe in complete equality, not kind of this positive discrimination. That men and women should be treated exactly the same. Not this kind of idea that, wow, you have to give them this. If you're a man or you're a woman, you get special dispensation for this or this. Why can't we actually go for proper equality? Which is not really what's happening anymore.
Yeah, but let's face it, the idea of equality in itself is an absolute joke, right?
Yeah.
And also,
it has to be. It has to be.
Yeah, and also I'm going to push back a little bit against you, Natalie, because I think there are areas in which people should not be treated equally. Like I think that there are things that some people can do better than others.
Yes. When I meant equality like that, I meant it's fair to say a man is stronger and better at manual work. Yeah, that's it. That's equality because
On average,
you're making a factual statement. To then say what they're saying is, oh no, you can't say that because there are some women that are as strong and that can go on a construction site. I'm talking actual fair equality. There are things that men are better at. There are things that women are better at. One of those, of course, is women being able to carry a child. But treat people equally, but also say the facts. Then there are differences in the gender roles.
It's like women can't drive.
I actually am a terrible driver. John, I'm with you. I'm a terrible driver, by the way.
I hadn't finished, Ben. I hadn't finished. Women can't drive
terrible.
At night.
No, I can't drive full stop. Actually, I can drive. I just can't park very well, John. I'm really, really bad at parking.
You've made it to and from Thorpe Park 3 times in the last fortnight from Reading.
It's the parking that's the problem. I only passed my test because they didn't ask me to parallel park. I can only reverse around a corner. I still can't parallel park.
I reserve no comment.
Well, women struggle to drive at night because they have more cones than rods, so they don't see as well at night as men do. And that's a physical biological...
Is that actually true, is it?
Yes, that is true. You see, whenever...
I don't know.
If you pay attention, right, whenever you're in a car with a man or a woman, you will notice that men tend to drive at the same speed at night as they do during the day.
Yes, I do.
A woman always drives slower at night.
Yeah, I would say that I do. I'm not a confident driver anyway, John. I've got an automatic license because I really did struggle to learn to drive. So that's part of the reason I got an automatic license, because I actually found it too difficult to look out and do the gears. I was like, oh my God. So I'm not embarrassed about that. It's quite common with autistic people as well.
I got an automatic license because they told me that if my left leg dislocated whilst it was on the clutch, I could kill everybody in the car. So I had to have an automatic license.
That's a bit OTT. I mean, you can still put your foot on the brake,
Well, we
just
safety first, John. Safety first.
Yeah.
Safety first. So, but no, I mean, I can't actually judge your driving, Natalie, because I left before you did, so I didn't see you drive.
But I did get home safely. I have gone in the Easter holidays to Thorpe Park, which is an hour journey there, and about 3 times, and I didn't crash once, so I can't be that bad, can I?
Well, we don't know how many times you've crashed at other points, to be fair.
I've actually, I've worked 2004. I passed my test, and I've never had an accident that's been my fault. So there you go.
It's never your fault.
It's never my fault. Actually, the insurance companies have said it too. It's just not on my word.
It's all good. Don't worry. It's all good. It's all good. Right, John. Have you got anything else, or should we leave these people wanting?
I think I'm pretty much done. I thought we might. I don't know. I thought we might have gone off on tangents, but we haven't tonight.
No, it's that because we've kept quite on script. We've been, I think we've been on point. We've been to the point, and it reflects in the fact that nearly 60 people have tuned in for the show tonight. So,
that's good. That's good.
Yeah, it is really good. And do you know what? I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you enjoy what we do, then hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course, you can support us further if you wish by going to patreon.com/chasing descent, Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/chasing descent, or indeed right here on this very YouTube channel. You can click that join button. Click that join button. Thanks to our supporters down there who support us already. I will be taking tomorrow off of absolutely everything. It's my wife's birthday, and if I go and do work, she will murder me. So, yeah. Natalie, over to you.
Have a lovely weekend, everyone. It's been a lovely Friday evening. I've just cheered me right up. I didn't have a great day. So thank you to everyone in the live chat who's joined in as well. And I will put it back over to John.
And as always, it's been great. For you.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah.
RCW says he found.
And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get on safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get on safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, hearts full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop up. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop